You just ate a full meal. A clean, healthy meal. Salad, grilled chicken, maybe some vegetables on the side. And 30 minutes later, your stomach is growling. Your brain starts whispering, "Did I even eat? What is wrong with me? Why does this keep happening?" And here is the thing that nobody ever tells you. That feeling is not weakness, it is not a lack of discipline, it is not you being greedy or dramatic, it is biology. And once you understand exactly what is happening inside your body, everything changes. But before we get into that, I have to tell you something. There is a program linked in the description below this video. And honestly, if you are already doing all the right things, eating healthy, trying your best, and still feeling like your body is working against you, this program is probably not for you. It is designed for people who are done guessing. People who are ready to finally understand their body at a deeper level and stop the cycle for good. If that sounds too intense, no worries, keep watching and take the free value. But if something in you just said that is exactly what I need, check the description now before you forget. Okay, let us go deep. Picture this. You wake up in the morning. You are motivated. You are determined. You open your fridge and instead of reaching for something quick and easy, you make a real effort. Maybe you prep a green smoothie. Maybe you cook some eggs with spinach. You feel proud of yourself. You feel like today is different. Today you are doing it right. And then 2 hours later, you are standing in your kitchen again, staring into the fridge. That hollow, gnawing feeling in your stomach is back. And the voice in your head starts up. You just ate. You should not be hungry. What is wrong with you? And the shame creeps in, the frustration. The quiet defeat that follows you through the rest of the day. That moment right there. That is what this is about. Here is what is actually happening inside your body, and why healthy food can leave you feeling more empty than satisfied. Your body runs on signals. Not just the food itself, but the chemical signals that food triggers in your brain and your gut. When you eat, your body releases hormones that tell your brain you are full. The two big ones are leptin and ghrelin. Leptin is the fullness hormone. Ghrelin is the hunger hormone. Think of them like two fighters in a ring. When everything is balanced, leptin wins and you feel satisfied. But when something throws that balance off, ghrelin takes over and you feel like you never ate at all. Now here is where it gets really interesting. A lot of foods that we call healthy are actually very low in something your body absolutely needs to feel full. Calories are part of it, but that is not the whole story. The real issue is about three things: volume versus nutrition density, protein and fat ratios, and blood sugar stability. Let us start with volume. Imagine eating a huge salad, a massive bowl, lettuce, cucumbers, some cherry tomatoes, a light dressing. You feel stuffed while you are eating it. Your stomach is physically full. But your stomach has stretch receptors and nutrient receptors, and they are not the same thing. Stretch receptors say you have volume. Nutrient receptors say you have fuel. And about 20 to 40 minutes after that salad, the stretch receptors relax because the volume moves through quickly and the nutrient receptors are still waiting. Your body sends a signal. Still not enough. Ghrelin spikes. Hunger returns. This is not about willpower. This is physics and chemistry working against your best intentions. Now let us talk about protein. This one is huge. Protein is the single most powerful macronutrient for satiety. Study after study shows that higher protein intake directly suppresses ghrelin and boosts a hormone called peptide YY, which sends very strong fullness signals to your brain. When people switch to healthy eating but forget to prioritize protein, they end up eating a lot of beautiful, colorful food that their body processes quickly and then immediately asks for more. Think about that meal again. The salad with grilled chicken sounds complete. But how much chicken was actually on that plate? A few thin strips? That might be 60 or 70 grams of chicken, which sounds like a lot until you realize that might only be 15 to 20 grams of actual protein. And research shows most people need significantly more than that per meal to trigger real, lasting satiety. You were not failing. You were just underfueled. There is a massive difference. Now let us talk about fat. And I know fat has a complicated history in the wellness world. For decades we were told fat was the enemy. Low-fat everything, fat-free dressing, skim milk, and then people wondered why they were constantly hungry. Fat slows digestion. It signals your gallbladder to release bile, which is part of the digestive cascade that tells your brain a real meal just happened. Without enough fat, your digestive system processes your meal too fast. Too fast means the satiety signal arrives late or barely at all. Here is a visual for you. Imagine two trains leaving the same station. One is a fast train with no cargo. One is a slow train carrying everything you need. Your hunger signal is the destination. The fast train with no fat arrives before the satiety hormones can even get moving. The slow train, the one with fat and protein, arrives at the right time and your brain finally gets the message. Full. Satisfied. Done. But there is one more piece, and this one is the sneakiest of all. Blood sugar. When you eat something that spikes your blood sugar quickly, even something totally natural and healthy like fruit juice or a rice cake or certain whole grain crackers, your pancreas releases insulin to bring that blood sugar down. And insulin is very efficient. Sometimes too efficient. It brings your blood sugar down fast, and when blood sugar drops, your body panics. It reads that drop as an emergency, and it fires off hunger signals hard and fast. This is called reactive hypoglycemia. And it can happen even when you are eating clean, even when you have not touched a single piece of junk food. Your body does not know you made healthy choices. It just knows the blood sugar dropped and it needs fuel now. And this is the moment. This is that moment you know so well. The shaky hands, the irritability, the brain fog, the absolute obsession with food even though you ate, even though you tried so hard, even though you were doing everything right. It is not a character flaw. It is a metabolic event. And once you know that, you can stop blaming yourself and start working with your biology instead of fighting it. Here is what that actually looks like in real life for people who crack this code. People who understand these signals completely restructure not just what they eat, but how they eat. They build meals around protein first, not as a side thought, as the anchor. They add fat intentionally, not because they stopped caring about their health, but because they understand it is what makes their body feel genuinely satisfied for hours. They pair their carbohydrates with fiber and fat to slow that blood sugar curve down. And something remarkable happens. The hunger that used to show up 30 minutes after every meal, gone. The 3 p.m. crash that used to derail everything, gone. The evening cravings that used to undo an entire day of effort, gone. Not because they ate less, not because they restricted more, but because they finally gave their body what it was actually asking for. People report that when they make these shifts, the first thing they notice is that food stops feeling like a constant negotiation. They eat a meal and they actually feel done, not stuffed, not bloated, done, satisfied, present. And that feeling of satisfaction carries over into every part of the day. Productivity goes up, focus sharpens, sleep improves because ghrelin does not spike at night when it is being properly managed during the day, mood stabilizes. And the constant mental chatter about food, that exhausting background noise that takes up so much mental real estate, finally quiets down. This is not a small thing. This is life-changing. Think about how many hours you have spent thinking about food, planning it, feeling guilty about it, fighting cravings, overcoming them, falling to them, starting over. Researchers estimate that people caught in these hunger cycles spend mental energy equivalent to a part-time job just managing the internal noise around eating. When that noise stops, that energy goes somewhere else, somewhere better. Now you might be sitting there thinking, okay, but I have tried adjusting my diet before and it did not work. And I hear you. I really do. Because the problem is not effort. You have more than enough effort. The problem is that without the right framework, most of the adjustments people try are based on surface-level advice that never addresses the root signals driving hunger in the first place. You cannot out-discipline a hormonal response, but you can learn to work with it. And that is the difference between people who struggle indefinitely and people who finally break free. It is not genetics, it is not luck, it is understanding, and understanding is available to everyone, which is exactly why I want to bring your attention back to what I mentioned at the beginning. There is a program linked below in this video description, and I want to be honest with you. Most people will scroll past it. Most people will tell themselves they will figure it out on their own, and some of them will, eventually, after months or years of starting over. But some of you watching this right now feel that pull, that quiet internal knowing that says, I am ready to stop guessing and start understanding for real. That program is for that person, the one who is done with almost knowing, done with trying things that almost work. If that is you, the link is right there in the description. Do not let this be another video you watched and then forgot. The information inside can change how you feel every single day for the rest of your life. Take the next step right now, not later tonight. Right now,